Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. You're watching Glenn TV. I wanted to do a video as a testimonial and a thank you for DNA activation and restructuring that was done by Marcus de la Cruz. And if I sound a little funny and a little hoarse because I've been fighting a cold, but for the most part I'm winning, but it keeps latching on there. So I had her do this session probably about 6 months ago, and I really just wanted to give it time to do its thing. Now, usually you do it in small increments. Well, it's personal choice. You know, do a little bit of tinkering, adjust your energy field, adjust your perceptions and your ability for your body to take in these adjustments that have been made. So when we did ours, I was, for the most part, like, just go for it. Fix it all. It was like, I usually just like to jump in head first and see what happens. So we did a pretty lengthy session, and we did a lot of tinkering. And the thing that I found fascinating is during this process, energetically, as she's going in, and this can be done remotely, she's looking at the different strands, and she's explaining what that strand is responsible for, what, if any, blockages are on there, who might have put them there, and maybe even why a little bit. And keep in mind, those types of things are agreements in this lifetime you had. And these type of blockages could be any sort of thing. Could be health, it could be perception within the multidimensional, it could be lots of different things that have been put on there. And keep in mind, those are agreements that you've had in this lifetime with those particular entities or groups that did put them on there so that you could have that experience in this lifetime. So, you know, it's no holding a grudge against anyone or anything. It is gaining insight, getting these types of things cleared out, and I had a lot of them. A lot of stuff in there. And I will say, as a whole, between 3 and 5 days afterward, I was like, ooh, wee. And it took a little while for an energy field to adjust, but I did, as a whole, feel much better afterward. And I think when you pick an energy healer, there's always factors for you. For me, I like feminine energy. I can usually tell when I first see a picture of someone whether I think that they're compatible within my energetic field, if I could give them permission to go in and tinker. So there's quite a number of ideas. I'm going to put a link down below to her website, and particularly, if I can, directly to this DNA activation and restructuring, so that you can check it out yourself. You can send her questions if you have questions, and book a session. Yay! So basically the process, Skype call, or some mechanism visually where you can see each other, and do some clearing in the beginning, a little bit of conversation, and then actually proceeds in and takes a look directly into your DNA and gives you a lot of insight into what's going on, and a lot of things that she was saying was like, oh yeah. It was like, all kinds of things that were going on in the body were associated with a lot of particular things that were in DNA, in my particular DNA, and some of the things that were put in there to cause havoc in this lifetime. And a lot of times these are required to have multiple sessions, like going to a chiropractor or whatnot, but it is really your own permission on how much of that takes and how much you allow it to stay within your energetic field. So spending a lot of time, drinking a lot of water, having a little time off that day and maybe even the day after to be with these types of changes and to take some time to meditate, always a fantastic idea. So I wanted to do this testimonial and informational video just in case anybody ever had any questions on this type of DNA activation and restructuring. And I really think in this new energy, in this new age, with all the new energy, and right now, like Bashar said, we're still in the span, so much energy has coming through, it's hard to keep in front of it all sometimes with all the other stuff that's going on in our lives. I think it's important to step back and step aside and be able to do these types of things so that you can actually have more of your own personal experiences in this lifetime, so that you can actually set aside time for yourself and to meditate before and after these types of things, be with the information that has been received from what might be in your DNA. And I know it really does come down to this as well, as trying different things. Like I've tried energy technologies like Rife, and which worked fantastic for me. Skio from Dr. William Nelson, which worked fantastic as well. It's a smart little thing, actually. First invented when the space shuttles were going up, even a little bit before then, to put energy back in to try to keep the muscles and the ligaments from deteriorating in space. And it uses trivector Rife frequency. So all this energy technology is really finding your permission slips in this lifetime for what will work for you. So I always suggest, if there are issues you feel is going on in the body, if you feel you're not evolving or ascending in the speed that you feel is appropriate, to find other modalities, energy healers, for instance, Rife technology, foods, being vegan, for instance. So it really does come down to finding what works for you in this lifetime. Thank you very much for joining me, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. You're watching Glenn TV, coaching life, business, and spiritual. Also, retreats, boys and girls. Don't forget, you can come and spend time with Glenn. I don't know if that's a good thing. So other people have, and they've really enjoyed it. And you can bring my energy and my enthusiasm back into your life and bring it with you forward as you go forth into this lifetime. So thank you very much for joining me. And also, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Yay! So you can really viscerally feel the energy and the love in the air. Today is like the day everybody has permission to go, and chill and relax and eat and drink and be merry and see family and remember past memories and be all fond and merry. Yay! Which will soon be every day for humanity. Thank you very much for joining me.